Okay, take like 42. Every time I do this, it's like 11 minutes and 16 minutes and too long. Okay, so I'm going to try to get it in 10 minutes, and I should stop talking about that. So, this week, 12 weeks since VSG surgery. I lost 2 pounds this week. Yay. And, more importantly, I am 198 pounds. Yay! I made it into the 100s. It's very fantastic. Okay. So I was going to do a video today anyway to celebrate my 100-ness. But I just watched Finn Journey's 1 week to pre-op diet video, and I absolutely think it was fantastic. The video just totally summed up everything a pre-op feels. I felt the same way. It's why I was, you summed it up by saying everything I was thinking and everything I believed going in to have this VSG surgery. And I watched your video like 3 times, and I kept rewinding and fast forwarding, rewinding, And I took like 4 pages of notes because I'm not going to contradict. Well, I just want to share. After 3 months of being out, some of the things that changed in my mind. Not having the surgery, because not for 1 second since I've had the surgery have I regretted it. I think it was fantastic. Like you said at the end, after a year, you're going to praise God. I praise God that I was able to have this surgery. I think it is fantastic. And I know that for you too, it will be good. But I wanted to talk to you about a few things. You started your video off by talking about people bringing you food and you should eat this before you do it because you're not going to be able to anyway. Go for the food funerals. Just do it. Like, I probably gained 5 pounds the week before my pre-op diet because I was just like, I need to eat this. I want to eat this. And I was so sick of food before the pre-op diet that the first little while in the pre-op diet was just like a vacation because I was so sick of food. I just ate. Go for it. Why not? You then talked about your taste buds changing and stuff like that, and you're really hoping that, you would want for things that you don't usually want for now. I just wanted to share that I know for me, my taste buds have not changed. I feel like some people might sum it up like that, but no, they haven't changed. What has happened though is when I eat something that tastes so good in my mouth and I swallow it, the effect it has on my new tummy is what changes my mind about wanting to eat it again. I have a bite of bread and it is so amazingly warm and buttery and creamy, and it gets into my tummy, and a couple minutes later it swells up and it's just not feeling very good. It's just not nice. So I just choose, why would I do that when I could have this yummy thing over here and I'll be able to actually eat it and feel good after. So I think taste buds, you could call it taste buds changing, but I think it's a learned behavior. It's like, if I eat that, I feel like this. If I eat this, I feel like this. So that's something to think about. The things I can't eat very well, obviously, like I said, is bread is a big thing because it just swells and it just feels not so good. Dense meats, like just a chunk of chicken or a chunk of steak, is really difficult. It just sits like a lead weight, and I feel like I could eat half as much as I could have like a nice stew or something. And at this point, I get that it's not about the quantity, but it's also about the calorie content. If you can get more calories into your body, that's going to be beneficial for it's going to be beneficial for losing weight, but it's also going to be beneficial for your energy level. So, that's why. Sitting down, being able to sit at the table, you mentioned being able to sit at the table and eat and walk away feeling good that you've eaten a small amount. There will be a lot of mourning. You sit down and you eat something that's so incredibly good, and you're chewing it and it's so good, and you eat your 4 bites and you're full up to here, and you want to eat more. And there is mourning, but at the same time you're thinking, you know what, this is why I did this. Because if I was able to eat as much as my tongue wanted me to eat, I would be in the same place as I was before. So, that's why we're doing it. And so I don't know how many times I've said to myself, this is why I did this, so that I can't eat that whole platter of this and that can't eat the whole bag of this. But I certainly enjoyed it when it was going down my few bites. I am totally an addict. I am a food addict, and I went into it with true, clear addiction, everything. And before, food was my drug of choice was food. But what funny thing happened after is that dependency to food doesn't go away. Like you said, I can't wait not to be dependent on food. It's not going to happen. You are forevermore dependent on food. But instead of the drug of choice being food will be the drug that keeps you healthy. And you can't have a day where you're so busy that you don't eat, and then at dinner time you eat a great big meal to compensate for that. You can't do that anymore, because if you get too busy to eat and get to dinner time, you're still only going to be able to have 4 or 5 bites. And that means that you're going to suffer the next day. I recently had that learning experience, and I had a really busy day in my shop on Saturday, and then I had Sunday, we went into the city, and at the end of Sunday I was thinking, why am I dying? Like, I just want to die and pass out and go to sleep for a week. And I realized, looking back on those 2 days, I had barely eaten anything. I was so busy. And it took me 3 days to recover from that. So your dependency and your cravings and your guilt and all that stuff that you had before the surgery, because you wanted to eat, now is, instead of that, it's like, I have to eat. And it's a full-time job thinking about water and food all the time. I'm not complaining, and I'm not trying to scare you. These are things that I wish I knew. And I don't even think I would have even understood them, and I don't expect you to, because it's an overwhelming thing to learn. It's not tearful, it's not depressive, it's not whatever. It's just that learning curve that you get, and it was surprising to go into it and learn that. And you're thinking, I can't wait for this dependency to go away and not have to think about food. And it's completely the opposite. It flips you right over, and it's the opposite. It's now you are continuously thinking about food. And everywhere you are, you have to keep snacks, something to put in your mouth. Water and snacks everywhere. In my office, in my salon, in my kitchen, in my bedroom, there's something constantly. And I know that a lot of OH people will say, no snacking. That's crap. If you want to work and you want to have energy, you need to be eating. You only have a belly that is this big. Like, it only holds a little bit. And if you want to have enough calories in your body to get through the day in a positive attitude without falling down narcoleptic sleeping, you are going to need calories in your body. And so eat. You have to eat. The other thing is the change in everything that surrounds you, your friends, holidays, everything. I urge you to make lists now of what you want to do. You talked about, instead of focusing on food, I want to focus on jumping on the trampoline and doing this and that. Make those lists now, because I've gotten to Thanksgiving and been like, now what? I mean, I don't really care about the huge turkey dinner. I'm not, I'll have 3 bites. Who cares, right? And so what are you going to do at Christmas? What are you going to do at Thanksgiving? What about Easter? What about your birthday dinner? It's not a big deal anymore. So, and make those lists now. Like, are we going to have a treasure hunt? Are we going to go to a movie? Are we going to have a movie matinee party? Are we going to, whatever? It's not focused on food anymore. So really make those lists and prepare for that now, because that was a little overwhelming. It can be a little bit depressive when you're not expecting it. So, prepare for holidays, prepare for snacking, having snacks everywhere, prepare for friends that are not going to be okay with this. I have lost a very dear friend because of what I did to my own body, thinking that it was just my journey. I didn't realize that all the people around me are affected by what I chose to do. I'm going to make a part 2 because I'm not done, and I'm tired of doing this over and over again because I get to 10 minutes. So this is great, and please watch my next one. I hope I didn't sound too negative.